Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. Guys, in today's video, we are going to cover the topic compound interest. And guys, in this video, first of all, we will be seeing the important formulas quickly, and then we will be directly jumping onto the questions and we will be solving a lot of questions. So before we get started, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't checked this playlist, Aptitude for Placements on my channel, make sure to check this playlist as there are already a lot of videos which I have created on multiple different topics. So guys, let's start with the topic compound interest and let's see the important formulas that we will be needing in order to solve different questions related to compound interest. The first formula is related to amount. Okay, so the formula is A is equals to P into 1 plus R divided by 100 to the power n. Okay, and this is the most important formula, guys. If you have remembered this formula, you can reduce other formulas also, and you can solve any questions, basically majority of the questions related to compound interest. Okay, and this amount formula is for annually, like calculating the amount annually. Okay, annually or yearly. Now this is the amount formula. Now there is one more formula which is for compound interest. Okay, this is like this compound interest formula can be derived from this amount formula itself. It is like P into 1 plus R divided by 100 to the power n minus 1. Okay, so you can see it is almost similar, only just minus 1 is there. So this is the compound interest formula. But guys, in most of the question, using amount formula only we can find out compound interest. You will get to know this when we will be solving questions. Okay, now in some of the questions you need to find amount based on half yearly. Okay, so in that case what we will do is the formula becomes something like this: A is equals to P into 1 plus R will be divided by 2 and then divided by 100, and this n will become 2n. Okay, since it is half yearly, so R will be divided by 2 and instead of n it will be 2n. In the same way, some questions can be come on based on quarterly also. So in that case we will do A is equals to P into 1 plus, since it is quarterly, so we will divide it by 4 because 1 year has 4 quarters, right? And then this will be 4n. Okay, so guys, these are the only 4 important formulas I would say that we will need in order to solve questions based on compound interest. And now since we have already seen all the formulas, let's directly take up first question and we will be solving it. So guys, we have this first question over here. Let's read the question first and then we will be seeing how we are going to solve it. The question says, what will be the compound interest for the sum of rupees 8,000 after 3 years at the rate of 5% per annum? Now guys, one important thing is, mostly all of the questions that we will get across compound interest, we will be solving using the formulas that we have seen. But there is another way also, which is like kind of intuitive or logical way, and I will explain you this first question via both ways. Okay, that is the formula method and the logical way, because logical, when you will understand via logical way, you will understand how compounding works in compound interest. Okay, so let's start. First of all, we will note down the data that we have over here. So the data is sum of 8,000, which means this is the principal amount. Okay, so I will write principal, which is given to me as 8,000, and then after 3 years, which means time is also given to me as 3 years, and at the rate of 5% per annum, which means rate value is given to me as 5% and per annum. Okay, so when we will apply the formula method, just remember that we will apply the formula of annual one. Okay, not half yearly or quarterly. Okay, so first method we are solving via logical method. So see, we are told that we have to calculate the compound interest for after 3 years. Okay, so how we will calculate it? So for first year, if we see what will be the interest, okay, see, we have the principal amount or the initial amount as 8,000. Okay, and on that 5% like interest is applied every year. So 5% of 8,000, right? 5% of 8,000, this we can write it as 5 by 100 multiplied by 8,000, and this will get cancelled. This will be 400 rupees. Okay, so in first year the interest that I got is 400. Now in second year, now understand this is compound interest. Okay, so this time in second year, are like 5, it will be 5% of not 8,000 but 8,400, because this 400, on this 400 rupees also we are going to get interest, right? So now when I will solve this one, I will get this one will be, this will get cancelled with this, and 5 into 84 will be 420. Now for third year also I will calculate my compound interest, you can say. So 5% of, now this time what, you have to add this 420 in your last year's amount, because now your total amount will be at present in the starting of third year, it will be 820. Okay, many of this students make mistake in this third step is that they will add this 420 in the first like initial amount only. No, you have to add it in the recent amount that you have got. Okay, so it will be 8820. So 5 by 100 multiplied by 8820, and this time the interest will be 441. So this was the interest you got for first year, this is for second year, and this is for third year. So total compound interest we can write it as 400 plus 420 plus 441. This is going to be equals to 1261, and we have the option B as 1261. So the correct answer for this question will be option B. Now guys, this was the logical formula that I was telling you, that using this formula also you can easily find out the answers. Okay, but like we have formulas. Okay, so now we will see how we will solve these types of question based on the formulas. So guys, we are taking the same question and now we are going to solve it using the formula. So let's note down the data again. So principal that is given to me is 8,000, time that is given to me is 3 year, rate that is given to me is 5%, and I need to find compound interest. Okay, now this question you can solve it via both methods. Okay, you can use like amount formula also, and you can use compound interest formula also. Okay, but before we directly solve the question, let me tell you, amount is what? Amount is nothing but your principal plus interest, right? Interest or compound interest in this case we can say. So if we want to find compound interest, what I can do? I can do amount minus principal. I already have the principal value. If I somehow find amount value, then I can put that in this formula and then I can find my compound interest. Okay, so let's try to solve this. So amount is equals to what? We have the formula as A is equals to P into 1 plus R divided by 100 to the power of n. Okay, so this is the formula of amount that we are going to use in order to solve this question, and the other formula which I was telling you was this one. Okay, for compound interest, which is P into 1 plus R divided by 100 to the power n minus 1. Okay, so this formula also directly you can apply and find the solution. But why am I using this amount formula? Because the calculations become little bit easier. Okay, and then finally once we have found the amount value, we will at the end do the subtraction. Okay, otherwise if you don't want to do this extra step of doing subtraction, then you can use this formula also. Via this, the answer that you will get will be directly your compound interest, but it's just that the calculations can get a little bit complicated in this case, so that is why I'm using this formula. Okay, let's solve it now. So amount is equals to principal, which is 8,000, and then we have 1 plus rate is 5 divided by 100 and year is 3. Okay, so n is the time, so we are taking it as 3. Solving it further, we will get 8,000, and then this will be 1 plus 5 by 100 will be 100 plus 5, which is 105 by 100 to the power 3. Okay, so this we can write it as 8,000 multiplied by 105 by 100, 105 by 100, and one more time 105 by 100. Let's solve it. See, these two zeros will get cancelled over here, and then this 1 0 will get cancelled. Okay, we will cancel it by 2, so 2 4s are 8, and then 2 5s are 10. Okay, this 4 will get cancelled with this with 25. Okay, and then 5, when we will cancel this, it will be 21 over here. Then again we will cancel this with 5, 21 over here, and then this 5, 21 over here. So then we will be left with 21 into 21 into 21, and this will be nothing but 21 cube, which is 9261. Okay, now many of you might make the mistake that you will just select this only as the answer, and in most of the question this will be one of the options, but this is not our answer. Okay, this is the amount value which we have got. So now based using this amount value, we need to calculate our compound interest. So compound interest, I told you it was what? Amount minus principal value. So amount is what? 9261, and the principal value that we have is 8,000. So when I will subtract this, I will get 1261. Okay, which is my compound interest. So which is option number B in this case. So the correct answer for this question will be option number B, 1261. I hope now you have got both the ways. Okay, how to solve it via logical way and how to solve it via formula way. Most of the times, majority of the times, we are going to solve all the questions via formula way only, because not every question can be solved using that logical way. Okay, let's now move on to the next question so that we will get more understanding on what different kinds of questions are there. So this is the second question that we have. Let's read the question first and then we will be solving it. The question says the compound interest on rupees 3,000 at 7% per annum for a certain time is rupees 4347. Then the time is what? So in this question we are asked to find the value of time. So let's note down the data that we have over here. So compound interest that I have is 4347. Okay, compound interest on 3,000 means that is the 30,000 means it is the principal amount. Okay, so 30,000 is my principal amount and 4347 is my compound interest, and rate that I have is 7%, and then time is what I need to find out. Okay, see guys, in this question we are going to use the formula for compound interest and not amount, because see, if I am going to use the amount formula, okay, which is this one, p into 1 plus n by 100 to the power of p into r by 100 to the power of n. If I will use this, in this case what I need to find, I need to find is n, right? N, which is time, and I need to find n. I already don't have amount, so how can I do it, right? In order to find n value, I need to have rest of the values, right? So that is why I'm not using this formula. Instead, I'm using this formula, which is directly for compound interest. So the formula is p into 1 plus r by 100 to the power n minus 1. Okay, now in this formula I don't have n, but I have r value, I have p value, I have 1 value. Okay, everything basically I have, and even ci, which is compound interest value, also I have. So I just need to substitute all the values and I have to somehow get my n value. So let's do this. See, compound interest that I have is what, 4347. So I will write this as here, which is equals to principal. Principal is my 30,000. Then bracket, then it will be 1 plus r value is what, 7. So 7 by 100 to the power of n. So n I will keep as it is, because that is what I need to find out, minus 1. Okay, so this is how my equation is like going to look initially. Now let's solve it further. So this 4347, it will be if I will take this 30,000 in the denominator, because you know, when it will go on that side, it will come in the denominator. So 30,000 will come here. Okay, now on this side I will be left with 1 plus 7 by 100 to the power of n minus 1. Okay, solving it further, so what I can do is I can take this minus 1 on that side. So it will be 4347 divided by 30,000 plus 1, which is equals to 1 plus 7 by 100 to the power of n. Okay, now I can just simplify it. What I will do is 30,000 plus 4347 will be 34,347 divided by 30,000. Okay, and this side I will keep as it is. Okay, no, this side also I can simplify it. 100 plus 7, so 107 divided by 100. Okay, and to the power of n. Now I am writing the next step over here. So see guys, if I will cancel this out with 3, it will be like 10,000. Okay, and then the on the top it will be 11449. Okay, 11449. So my new equation becomes something like this: 11449 divided by 10,000, which is equals to 107 by 100 to the power of n. Now if you will observe carefully, this is what, this is 100 square. Okay, and on the top it is 107 square. So we got the equation something like this. So n value that we will get is 2, which is our answer for this question. Okay, so the time value that we will have is 2 years. So the correct answer for this question will be option number A. I hope you have understood it. If you have any doubts in this question, feel free to ask in the comment section. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question, guys. But before looking at this question, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you are finding this video helpful, please give it a like. So guys, the question is, at what percent annual compound interest rate if a sum of rupees 1000 amounts to rupees 27,000 in 3 years? So what we need to find basically is the rate value. Okay, compound interest rate. So we have to find rate value. Let's note down the data which is given to us. So the principal amount that is given to us is 1000. So it is told sum here, so don't get confused. Sum is principal only. So principal amount that I am given is 1000 and it amounts to rupees 27,000. So this is the amount value which is given to me. Okay, now in 3 years, so this is the time value which is given to me, 3 years. Now I need to find the rate value. Okay, so R. So simply we can use amount formula in this case to find out our answer. So amount is equals to what? P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power of n. Okay, now amount value we have is 27,000. P is the principal, which is 1000 in this case, and 1 plus rate is the one that we need to find out. So I will keep rate as R and then divide by 100, and then n is my 3. So now I will solve this equation to get my final answer. Okay, see, this will be 27,000 divided by 1000. This 1000 will come here in the denominator and this will get cancelled, and on this side we will be left with 1 plus R by 100 cube. Okay, see, this is 27. 27 can be written as 3 cube, right? And then here we have 1 plus R by 100 cube. So this and this can get cancelled, so we will be left with 3 equals to 1 plus R by 100, right? Then this can be further simplified. This 1 will go over there, so it will be 2 is equals to R by 100. So R will finally be 200, right? So the correct answer for this question will be, the rate value will be 200. So answer is option number C. I hope you have easily understood how to solve this question. So guys, most of the question will be in this manner only, that you have to use the formula, okay, of amount or either compound interest, and in that all the other things will be given to you, and you need to find one thing which is missing. Okay, in this case it was rate that we need to find out. So now let's move on to the next question. Let's look at this question that we have. The question says A invested rupees 16,000 at the rate of 10% per annum for 1 year. If the interest is compounded half yearly, then find the total amount received by A at the end of the year. Now this question is very important, because here half yearly is very important, okay, because in this case we cannot directly apply the formula amount which is for annual. Okay, so now here we need to find here we need to apply half year and, like, amount formula. So what is that formula? So amount is equals to P into 1 plus, so usually we put R by 100, but this time it is half yearly, so that is why we will do R by 2 divided by 100, and then instead of n it will be 2n. Okay, so this is our formula for half yearly. Okay, so if the interest is compounded half yearly, then we use this formula. Okay, just remember that. Now let's solve this question by putting all the values that we have. So let's note down the data which is given to us. First of all, principal that is given to me is 16,000, rate which is given to me is 10%, and time which is given to me is 1 year. Okay, now I will note down all this in my formula to solve it. So principal is 16,000, 1 plus R by 2, which is 10 by 2 by 100 to the power of 2n, n is 1, so it will be 2 over here. Okay, simplifying it further, it will be 1 plus 10 by 2 is 5 by 100 to the power of 2, which is square. So now what we can do is, I can do like this, 1 plus 5 by 100, I can write it as 100 plus 5, 105 by 100. Okay, square. 16,000 will come over here. Now 16,000 multiplied by 105 by 100, 105 by 100. Since it is a square, so I am writing it 2 times. These 2 zeros will get cancelled. This 0 will get cancelled with this 0. Okay, now it will be 2 8s are 10, and then 2 5s are 10. Then further we will solve it. 5, this will get cancelled with 21. So we will be left with 8 into 105 into 21, which when you will solve, you will get 17640. Okay, and this is the amount value that we have found. Just let's cross check whether we were need to ask amount, we were asked to find amount only or compound interest. So in the question it was mentioned, he invested 16,000 at the rate of 10% per annum for 1 year. If the interest is compounded half yearly, then find the total amount received, which means this is the only final answer that we will have to submit. So the correct answer will be option number A, which is 17640. Okay guys, I would always suggest you that after you get the final answer, just cross check in the question that you need to find out amount only or compound interest, because sometimes what happens is we use this amount formula to get amount value initially, and then using that we calculate compound interest, right, by putting in the formula A is equals to this principal plus your interest. But what happens usually, by the time we reach the final answer, like by the time we find the amount value, we feel that this is only the answer and we just select the wrong option. I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to say here. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. The question is, a sum of rupees 40,000 is invested for 18 months at 20% per annum on compound interest. If the interest is compounded half yearly, what will be the interest to be paid? So guys, this question is based on half yearly compound interest. So let's see how we are going to solve it. So first of all, I'm going to tell you what is the usual formula for amount. Okay, it is 1 plus R by 100 to the power of n, right? But since it is half yearly, we have to do what we will do. The formula becomes like this. Okay, 1 plus R by 2 by 100 to the power of 2n. Okay, so this is the formula that we are going to use. Now we are going to solve this question. Let's note down the data first of all, which is given to me. So principal amount that is given to me is 40,000. Rate which is given to me is 20%, and what else is given to me? 18 months. Okay, time is given to me as 18 months. Now one more important thing is, don't put this 18 months in place of n value, because this is in months. Okay, and we always have to take time value in year. Okay, so what we will do is, we will take it we will divide it by 12, so it comes in the form of year. Okay, now let's substitute all the values that we have. So A is equals to okay, P will come here. Okay, in the formula, P, which is 40,000, 1 plus rate which is 20 by 2 divided by 100, and this will be 2 into 18 by 12. Now let's cancel the things which are getting cancelled. So 2, this will get cancelled with 6 and 6 with 3. This will be 10. Okay, so after simplifying, it will become something like this: 40,000, 1 plus 10 by 100, and this will be 3. Okay, on the top. Now this will further get cancelled, so I will be left with 40,000, 1 plus 1 by 10 to the power 3, and then if I can simplify it, it will be 10 plus 1, so 11 by 10 cube, and 40,000 will be there. Okay, over here. Further, I am writing this next step over here, so it will be 40,000 multiplied by 11 by 10, and I will do this 3 times. Okay, now we will solve it. So 3 zeros will get cancelled with these 3 zeros, so I will be left with 40 into 11 cube, so you can calculate it, it will be 1331. Okay, so final answer that we will get is 53240. So this is not the final answer, this is the amount value that we have got. Let's just see what we were asked. What will be the interest to be paid? Okay, interest means compound interest we are asked to find, and this is the amount value. So don't select this as the answer. Okay, this is not your answer. See, amount is what? Amount is your principal value plus interest value. So we already have found the amount value. We already have the principal value. We need to find the interest value. So we can say interest or compound interest will be A minus P, which is amount minus your principal. So I have to find compound interest. I will do A minus P. A value is 53240 minus principal value that I was having is 40,000. So 40,000. Now when I will subtract this, I will get 13240 as my compound interest, which is the actual final answer. Okay, so let's see if we have this in the options. Yes, 13240 is option number 2. So I will select that as my option. So the correct answer for this question is option number B. Moving on now to the next question. So guys, let's look at this question. The question says the compound interest of rupees 8,000 for 9 months at 20% interest is being compounded quarterly. Okay, so we have to find out the answer. Let's first of all note down the data quickly. Now the most important thing over in this question is it is told that it is getting compounded quarterly. So we have to use formula according to quarterly. Okay, let's note down the data first of all, and then we will write the formula. So principal amount that I have is 8,000. Rate I have is 20%. Time I have is 9 months. Okay, now again important thing, time is given in months, so we will take it in the form of year. So how can we take it in the form of year? We will just divide it by 12. So now it will come in the form of year. Okay, okay, now let's write the formula first of all. So the annual formula for amount is A equals to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power of let me write it again, to the power of n. Okay, but this time it is told that the interest is getting compounded quarterly. Quarterly means in 1 year we have 4 quarters, so R will be divided by 4, and then this will come 4n. Okay, you can also by heart this formula, okay, if you don't want to do it in this way. But this, whenever you are given in the question that your interest is getting compounded quarterly, so this is the formula that you have to use and not the general annual formula, otherwise your answer will be wrong. Let's now note down all the things and let's find out the final answer. So see, first of all I will find out the amount value. So principal is already given to me, which is 8,000. 1 plus rate is already given to me, which is 20 divided by 4 divided by 100. 4 into n. So 4 into n value is what? 9 by 12, which I have noted down. Simplifying few things over here. 4, this will get cancelled with 5, and then this will be 4 3s are 12, and then 3 3s are 9. Simplifying it further, I will get 8,000 over here, then 1 plus 5 by 100 to the power of 3. Okay, so simplifying it, it will be 8,000 multiplied with this will be 100 plus 5, 105 by 100. Okay, cube. So what we can write? Okay, we can write it in this way: 8,000 multiplied by 105 by 100, 105 by 100, and this I will do 3 times because it is cube. Okay, now this 2 zeros will get cancelled, this 1 0 will get cancelled with this. Now I will solve this, so I will cancel this with 2, 2 4s are 8, and then this will be 2 5s are 10. Further cancelling it, 4 1s are 4, and then this will be 4 2s are 8, 4 5s are 20, then it will be, yeah, so 25 and 5. Now I will further cancel this 5 with this one, so it will be 21 over here. This will be 5 5s are 20, this will be 21, and then this remaining 5 will this one 21. So I have got 21 into 21 into 21. This will be nothing but 21 cube, which is 9261. this is my amount value. Let's see if we have to find amount only, or it was asked to find compound interest. It is asking us the compound interest, which means we have to find compound interest and not amount. Okay, see, let's read the entire statement once again. The compound interest on rupees 8,000 for 9 months at 20% per annum interest being compounded quarterly is, which means it is clearly asking to find compound interest. Now we know that amount is what? Amount is principal plus your compound interest. So if you have to find compound interest, it will be nothing but amount minus principal value. Amount value that we have is 9261 and principal amount that we have is 8,000. So the correct answer for this question will be 1261, which is our compound interest. Let's see if it matches one of the options or not. So yes, option A is 1261. So the correct answer for this question will be 1261. Okay, option A is the correct answer for this question. If you have any doubts, guys, while solving this question, you can ask me in the comment section. Let's now move ahead. So guys, so far we have solved a lot of questions. Now I have one question for you. This is a DIY question. DIY as in you have to solve this question by yourself. I will not be solving this for you because we have solved a lot of practice questions. Now you can easily solve this question. Let's read the question first. First of all, let me make it proper. So see, find the amount of rupees 8,000 in 1 by 2 years. Okay, this is 1 by 2 years at 5% per annum compound interest payable half yearly. Okay. So note that it is half yearly. You have to use the formula for half yearly, and the data you have already have amount is 8,000, and it is given years is 1.5 years and rate is 5%. So you know all the values. You have to solve it and tell me the answer in the comment section, which is the correct answer out of it. I will reply to your comment if your comment is correct or not. So make sure to comment down your answer. So guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you do, please give it a like. If you have any more doubts, please drop them in the comment section. You can also join me on Telegram and follow me on Instagram as well. You can ask your queries over Instagram DM too. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss on any of the important updates or notification whenever I upload a new video. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching the video.